Alright, sports fans, welcome to Cochise County Sports Network. Tonight's live broadcast brought to you in part by Lolly Automotive Group for all your new and used car needs. Jeff and Gina Lane of Edward Jones Investments, making sense of investing. Apex Network Physical Therapy, come heal with us. Cochise Lock and Safe for all your lock and safe needs. Sulphur Springs Valley Electric Cooperative, owned by those we serve. Smith Chiropractic, experience the benefits of chiropractic care. And last but not least, EXP Realty, home of the flat rate contract. Tonight, the Lady Colts varsity basketball team taking on Ironwood Ridge Nighthawks, live in full HD, only on Cochise County Sports Network.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Cochise County Sports Network. This is Levi coming at you live from beautiful Buena High School, getting ready to get back into the winter sports season here and pick right back up into the season with some awesome girls varsity basketball. Now tonight we have an exciting match between the Lady Colts and the Ironwood Ridge Nighthawks. Let's see if we can go ahead and get a camera pan just to kind of show you guys the room and the atmosphere. But let's go ahead and probably just focus in a little bit on Buena's huddle there and Ironwood Ridge in the background, prepping, getting a little bit of practice in here as we hit the 2-minute warning before this match gets to start. So thank you for tuning in. If you guys can do us a huge favor, now that you're here, go ahead and hit that like and share button for us. If you're watching on a phone and you tap on the screen, it should bring up some options on the bottom left-hand corner of your screen. One of those options is share. Do us a favor, hit the share button, get this out in front of as many parents and friends and aunts and uncles and grandparents and teachers and students and staff that you guys can. This is a really awesome program that we've got set up here, and we hope to do it for many, many years, but it's going to count on the continued support from the public and from those who enjoy youth athletics. So thanks for tuning in. Additionally, if you guys want to watch this broadcast on another platform, we are streaming live to YouTube as well. Typically, you get a little higher resolution than with Facebook. Facebook has some compression issues. When they compress the video down, it adds some artifacts and things like that to the video that can make it hard to see, especially when we're not doing multicam, such as tonight. But YouTube is typically a little bit better. You can go to youtube.com and type in Cochise County Sports Network. Subscribe and hit the bell notification to receive notifications whenever we do go live. So you guys have some options when it comes to viewing us. We're getting ready to start the Lady Colts roster here. And I've got both rosters pulled up on our screen, so I'll go through these as they do. They're actually going to start with Ironwood Ridge. Number 12, Keely George. Next up, you got number 14, Madison Toya. You got number 20, Katie Heese. All right, number 30 coming in, that's Leah Anderson. And number 44, Michaela Haltas. And let's go ahead and get over to the Buena Colts. I'm sure you guys can hear everybody in the background cheering on their home team here. We got number 4, Nohima Romo, one of the all-stars of this team. We got number 12, Jahade Fahoko. She's a sophomore, and she's come to the varsity team this year, doing an excellent job so far. Next up, you got number 15. This is Alicia Cox. Another returning varsity player. You got number 21, Jocelyn Booker. And number 23, Lydia Griffith. That is your Lady Colts varsity starting lineup, and we're going to go ahead and get ready here for the national anthem, so we'll mute the audio just momentarily. Actually, why not? We'll leave it on. All right, so the reason we usually mute that isn't because we're unpatriotic or that we hate America or anything crazy like that. It really comes down to copyright restrictions. That's why we mute the audio during warm-ups, because there's music that plays on in the background, and Facebook will either delete our video, pull it down while we're live, or mute the audio during the time where that music was playing. And so we just mute our own audio. We anything that's input into our system, we shut off, and we usually do the same for the national anthem because we've been hit with copyright claims whenever that's played over our broadcast. But, they don't penalize us or anything, so I figured, hey, it's no hurt, no foul. Let's go ahead and play it anyway. Got about 30 seconds left here to the start of the match. Trying to get our scoreboard back up on the screen here. There we go. And we're ready to start this match. All right, so either way, Buena gets it into the hands of Jocelyn Booker, who passes it over to Romo. Outside to Lydia Griffith. Romo comes around the corner, opening up a pass for Lydia. They go across the court to Miss Cox, who passes it up to the top of the key, back to Romo. The Colts doing a great job moving it around. What they're trying to do is either open themselves up for a three-pointer. Here it is. And Lydia usually makes those, so Miss Griffith is an excellent shot at the three-point line. Of course, Jocelyn Booker, very aggressive there at getting the rebound and trying to go up for points, but so far, no score for either team. Now, I know these Lady Colts, but I don't know all the numbers for the Ironwood Ridge Nighthawks. I do have their roster in front of me just in case. Clock stopped here with about 7 minutes, 15 seconds. Ironwood Ridge, number 14, Madison Tola is going to be inbounding the ball. And she inbounds it to number 12, that's Keely George. And a defended pass by Miss Romo. Ball goes out of bounds off of the Ironwood Ridge Nighthawks, which is going to make it a Colts ball. Lydia Griffith and Romo there on that side of the court, getting the ball back inbounds. See what they can do, setting up a play. Immediately passes it to Cox. And a breakaway there as Lydia Griffith and that looks like number 5, Kyla Ruiz of the Ironwood Ridge Nighthawks is going to stop the clock with 6 minutes and 59 seconds remaining. And looks like they're giving it to the Colts. And Griffith and Romo back on this side of the court again for the inbound. In the hands of Griffith, she's going to take it up to the line, looking for a screen. She catches a three-point opportunity, and she sinks it to put 3 points on the board early on here in the first period for the Colts. Can't quite see the number of the young lady who has the ball, but again, defended nicely by Romo, who slows herself down, lets all of her defenders pass her, and she gets over to Jocelyn Booker right there at the top of the three-point line, who drives it in, finds Lakeisha Cox in the corner. She puts it up, and it goes over, but Lydia Griffith there to rebound and get the easy 2 points, putting the Colts at a solid 5-0 lead here in the first period. All right, that looks like Kyla Ruiz, number 5, coming in with the ball. She passes it over to number 30. That's Leah Anderson. Catches a screen, and there's Romo again with a breakout steal, and she goes and puts a heavy attempt on the free throw there, or excuse me, the layup, and it does bounce off the backboard and miss the net entirely. So 5 minutes, 57 seconds left on the clock. There was a foul against Romo, I believe, so they're going to go ahead and allow Ironwood Ridge to inbound the ball here. It's inbounded to number 15, that's Alexandra Perez. Then back to number 5, Kyla Ruiz. Back to 15. Cross-court pass. And they find number 12, who puts up a 3. No good. And the rebound by the Colts. Number 23, Lydia Griffith. She drives it to the net, but then passes it out to Leticia Cox, who gets it over to Romo, who backs up, reassesses the situation, and is either going to be looking to take a three-point shot or find a gal on the inside. Up and over the top to nice and tall Jocelyn Booker, who tries the 2, but no good, and Ironwood Ridge does recover. Alexandra Perez passes it over. I can't quite catch the number of the young lady here, but number 12 finds the ball, and she's going to go up and catch a foul on the way there. Number 12 is Keely George. We're going to see who the foul was against here in just a moment. It was against number 21, which is Jocelyn Booker. So that's going to be Jocelyn Booker's first game of the foul. It's the second for the Colts, as young Keely George misses the first of two. And she sinks the second one. That's going to get the Hawks on the board with 1 point. And the Colts waste no time reinbounding the ball. Griffith gives it over to Romo, who takes it across the half-court line. Over to Cox. Cox is going to take it around the outside to Lydia Griffith with a deep three, and she sinks it. Colts now leading 8-1. Ironwood Ridge firing back now, wasting no time themselves. They're going to slow the ball down here, find an outside gal. She gets double teamed, but she finds the inside player, and they're able to get the ball. 2 attempts, 3 attempts, and off the Ironwood Ridge Hawk player. That's going to be a Buena ball as Lydia sets up to inbound it to young Nohima Romo. Surprised there wasn't a foul called there. Usually when you see a bunch of players all kind of around the rebound area there, you usually catch a lot of fouls, especially as they go back up trying to get the shot. Romo now has possession. She's passing it over to Lydia Griffith. She puts up a three. It's going to bounce off the front of the rim. No good as Ironwood Ridge recovers. There's Romo with another beautiful steal. What she does is she hangs out in the back. She catches everything, visually, of where the ball is being passed to, and then she runs up real quick and just steals it away. And it's going to be a quick timeout called by the Ironwood Ridge Nighthawks. No doubt making adjustments to stop Nohima Romo's defense. That is 4 steals that she's had here in the first quarter, and we're only about halfway through with about 3 minutes and 48 seconds left on the clock. Buena Colts leading 10-1. So far, an exciting match. Do us a favor while we sit through this timeout. If you're watching on Facebook or YouTube, hit the like and share button for us. And jump in the comment section if you see an awesome play, if you see a nice steal, if you see an awesome three-pointer by any team member here. Doesn't matter if it's the Ironwood Ridge Nighthawks or if it's Buena. Jump in there and congratulate them. Tell them how great of a job that they're doing, and tell them how all of their hard work is paying off and it's showing. That's what these young ladies need. That's what any athlete needs. So we're back in action here. Ironwood Ridge has possession. Gets it over to Keely George, who passes it to the inside. Nicely defended by the Colts. Lydia Griffith now has possession. She's going to take it, pass it up to Romo. Lydia makes her way to the outside corner for 3, and it bounces off the front left side of the rim, and Booker goes to put it back up and catches a foul. And that's exactly what I was talking about earlier. When you just have a bunch of players all trying to get the rebound, it can become a mess, especially when repeated attempts at a layup or a two-pointer is attempted. In that case, only one was, and it was enough to get the foul. So this is going to be first of 2 attempts. This Booker shoots right around 50% from what we've seen at the free throw line. She's one of the more consistent Colts players, but neither team here is really known for their consistent free throw success. As Lydia misses both, and that's going to restart our clock. Ironwood Ridge has got possession, and we're back underway. Good defense there, and offense, by the Ironwood Ridge Nighthawks. They lost the ball, but they were able to get it back. Excellent job there, and our scoreboard for some reason wasn't counting down. Let's get it back to the right time of 2 minutes and 57 seconds. That's Buena's 3rd foul here in the first half, and that is off Jocelyn Booker, number 21. It's her 2nd foul of the game tonight. At the free throw line, I believe, trying to catch the number here if she turns. I want to say it's 44, but I'm not sure. It might be 14, Madison Tola, or it could be number 44, Michaela Haltaz. And I think it is number 44, Michaela, is at the free throw line. This is in the first of 2. And she does get the second one. Excellent job. That gets another point on the board for the Nighthawks as Romo's bringing the ball back across the half-court line once again. Passing it over to Leticia Cox. She runs back up to the other side of the court, stops short, passes it to Romo, who goes up for three. Rebounded by, looks like number 13, which I believe is Anasia Locklear, and she's going to take a trip to the free throw line as they're going to call a foul in her favor here. That foul was against number 20, which is Katie Heese of the Ironwood Ridge Nighthawks. That's her first foul of the game, the third for the Nighthawks. Anasia missing the first of two here. And the second one as well. That starts our clock back up. Ironwood Ridge doing a great job at rebounding those free throws. They're going to get it and pass it up to the top of the court. Trying to find their inside gal with a quick bounce pass. Doing a great job moving the ball around, just keeping control of it. Until, of course, it goes off your foot, and there's a battle of the young Romo and looks like number 30, Leah Anderson of the Nighthawks. Leah Anderson is going to be inbounding the ball. She does very quickly. It's number 44, Michaela Haltos. And stolen away by number 13. And then Booker almost loses it. There's an Ironwood Ridge player, sees an opportunity to jump in there. And I believe this might be a foul in the favor of young Jocelyn Booker. We'll see here in just a minute as the refs, yep, they're going ahead and they're adding the fourth foul. This is against number 12, Keely George, and this is her second foul of the game. And I do apologize. It's not Booker who is at the free throw line. It's actually Anasia Locklear yet again at the free throw line. Looks like maybe a timeout was called here. Score still 10-2. Again, while this timeout's going on, if you guys are watching from anywhere around the county or country, go ahead and hit that like and share button for us. We want to get that viewer count up. We want to get that interaction on our post up. Cheer on your team. I think I might have set up an interactive poll before we publish this video live, asking for you guys to participate in that poll. And it's just one question: which team you're rooting for. I don't see it on my phone, so hopefully it's there where you guys can see it. But feel free to interact with that poll as well to see which team you're cheering on. That would be a pretty cool addition to have in the live streams, is to be able to pull in real-time statistics like that. So, yeah, do us a favor, do that. If you guys are watching on YouTube, share the video, or even consider hitting that bell notification icon, which, as I'm sure you know, will go ahead and hook you up with some email updates whenever we go live. Also, additionally, we posted our January schedule on our website, or not our website, but our Facebook page earlier today as well, Cochise County Sports Network. So if you guys are watching there, if you want to click out of the video, or once the video is completed here, you guys can pop over and take a look at the schedule. We've got wrestling coming up tomorrow, and then we've got a soccer match on Thursday, and then another home game on Friday for basketball. We're back in the action here. Leticia Cox rebounds the free throw attempt. Gets it over to Griffith, who gets it over to, oh gosh, number 5. I think that's Bianca Bellinger. Her dad, no doubt, is in the crowd here tonight. Ironwood Ridge Nighthawks are able to get the ball. It's in the hands of Keely George, number 12 right now. Buena Colts doing a great job. Look, there's another steal from the Colts. It's like the 6th or 7th tonight. Lydia Griffith getting it over into Bellinger's hands, and she goes up for a 2. One thing about the Bellingers, both Bellinger, brother and sister, play on the varsity team. So, when we watch the boys' games, we got young Bellinger playing. I think he's a senior this year, and then his sister right now is, I believe she's a junior here at the Buena Colts. So she has at least one more year of varsity play if she plays next year. Pretty cool stuff. Looks like we got 2 points on the board for the Hawks as they get their first layup, 2-pointer. They've been struggling so far. The only 2 points they had prior to that were both free throw points. So shooting about 50% at the free throw line. Naja Locklear no good there, but Leticia Cox rebounding the ball deep in the, and there's another breakaway steal, but Bellinger hustles and she gets the ball back. and she's coming right back, firing toward the court. You've got Lydia Griffith now with the ball, passing it back to Bellinger, who goes up for three. No good. See what the rebound looks like. And they're giving it to the Nighthawks. Got 36 seconds left on the clock right now in the first period. And, right after the first period ends here, we'll cut to a quick commercial break, and we'll come right back with you guys. So we have a foul against number 15, which is going to be Alicia Cox. That's her first foul of the game, fourth for the Colts. Doesn't go to the basket or anything like that, but it does allow the Colts here to defend on this side of the court. Usually they're defending down by the other hoop, so great to see the Cox switch up their defense, or the Colts switch up their defense here a little bit. I got Alicia Cox's name, it's stuck in my head. She's been making some great plays so far tonight. Number 12 goes up for two on the inside, no good. And the clock stops with 11 seconds left. All right, and it's going to be a Nighthawk ball. They inbound. Great job. They go up for another 2 points. No good. And they go up again, and they get it. And that's probably going to be the end here, as we've got about 3, 2, 1. And they go up. And it bounces off the rim, and almost deep, deep three-point. We'll be right back after these break.
Sports fans, welcome to Cochise County Sports Network. Tonight's live broadcast brought to you in part by Lolly Automotive Group for all your new and used car needs. Jeff and Gina Lane of Edward Jones Investments, making sense of investing. Apex Network Physical Therapy, come heal with us. Cochise Lock and Safe for all your lock and safe needs. Sulphur Springs Valley Electric Cooperative, owned by those we serve. Smith Chiropractic, experience the benefits of chiropractic care. And last but not least, eXp Realty, home of the flat rate contract. Tonight, the Lady Colts varsity basketball team taking on Ironwood Ridge Nighthawks, live and in full HD, only on Cochise County Sports Network.
All right, we're back here after that short break. We've got 8 minutes on the clock. Both teams are preparing to re-enter the court. Those intro titles are pretty cool things that we do to help thank some of our sponsors for helping make these broadcasts possible. And ironically enough, it's right at 1 minute long, which, ties into the 1 minute break you get between quarters. So that's pretty convenient timing here. So we're back underway here. We're in the second period. Romo's got the ball. She's looking to catch a screen by Booker. Gets the ball over to incoming player. That's number 2. Steph Anderson. Ball's going to go out of bounds there. So the Buena Colts have made some changes to their roster here, sending Steph Anderson in. Let's see how she does now that she's in the game. Doing a great job with defense so far, if I do say so myself. They get it outside of 30. He's trying to drive it in, cut it inside. They go up for 2, but no good. And that's going to be a ball for the Ironwood Ridge Nighthawks. Number 14 gets it to Keely George, number 12. And she does a nice whipping pass to number 30 on the top of the key. Trying to find their inside gal off the fingertips, unfortunately, of, I think it is Michaela Haltas. So that's going to be Buena ball. And they get it inside to Romo. Griffith runs across first, and Romo follows soon after. She gets it over to number 2, who puts up this beautiful three-pointer. Steph Anderson already with a three-pointer less than 2 minutes into the second period here. And that just lit a fire there of these young Nighthawk ladies. You see number 15 is just dribbling the ball like a bat out of hell. I don't know what to say. They're ready to get the ball back across the court. They're ready to make another point attempt. They did have a little string of points there toward the end of the first period. It was 10-2, and they ended at 12-6, so they were able to close that deficit by 4 points. Also in for the Colts right now is number 25. That's Kayla Anderson. I wonder if her and Steph Anderson are sisters. Ooh, and Romo goes up for the layup attempt, but it was no good. She mishandled the ball and sent it out of bounds. Ironwood Ridge back in action, coming across the court here. Gets it over to number 12 and then over to number 14. That's Madison Tola. And another strip away, potential steal here for the Colts. Good job on Steph Anderson. Now Booker doing a great job at shuffling left and right, defending this Hawk player. And this is why there aren't any shot clocks in high school basketball, because it can take a while to get the ball to the net sometimes. Number 25, that's another Anderson. It's number 23 to Romo. Romo puts up 3. No good. She hasn't really been hitting her three-pointers like she usually does lately. Last year, she was definitely known for her three-point capabilities. That and her ball handling skills. She can really get across the court and do spin moves and tricks and things like that to kind of trip up her defenders. I've seen her break quite a few ankles so far last year and this year. I think she was only a freshman last year, so that says something. You come in as a younger classman player and you compete with the talent that you find on a varsity team. That shows a star in the making. Little mishandle by the Nighthawks, but they're able to recover themselves. They drive the ball into the inside, going up for 2. Not able to catch the foul. Clock stops at 5:41. Believe they're going to call it out of bounds off the Colts, which is going to mean the Nighthawks are going to have the ball here under their own net. They go for a three-pointer. No good. And rebounded by Young Anderson. Gets it over to Romo. Romo takes it back up court. She crosses over to number 2, Steph Anderson, who puts up a quick lob shot. No good. And number 14 now in possession of the Nighthawks. It's Madison Tola. She's bringing the ball back across. You can see a difference in the pace of play here. The Colts just fire the ball back across the court, and you see that the Ironwood Ridge Nighthawks are more methodical about it. They're taking a little bit more of their time, trying to find the right pass, the right play setup. There's a cut to the inside. Number 14 goes up for 2. No good. Rebounded out by number 12. That credit goes to Jade Fahoko. And she gets the layup on the other side, courtesy of Lydia Griffith, who passed the ball back over to her. Steph Anderson doing a great job there, putting some pressure as the ball was re-inbounded. Sticking to the fundamentals is what I like to see. Keely George now has possession. Lydia Griffith is jumping around in front of her like Tigger from Winnie the Pooh. Sorry, folks, I have a 5-year-old, so. All right, Keely George back in possession here. She goes up for a 3 and she sinks it. She's left open and she shows that she can too sink some three-pointers. Romo coming back in with the ball. Over to Steph Anderson, who hard bounces it to number 12, Fahoko. No good there as it's off her ankles and into the hands of the Nighthawks here. Bringing it back across the court is, looks like number 30. That was Leah Anderson. She gets it off to, it's like a travel violation or something like that. That's going to be a Buena Colts ball as we switch sides here. 3 minutes, 53 seconds left on the clock. Lydia Griffith setting herself up for the inbound here. Romo, her inbounding partner, which we've seen all night so far tonight. Steph Anderson doing a great job getting it back over to Romo, who cuts it inside. Steph Anderson rebounds, finds a hole, and gets it to Fahoko, who catches a foul on the way up. Amazing. Great ball movement on the inside there under pressure, as young Fahoko is going to be taking a trip to the free throw line. That is the 5th foul for the Ironwood Ridge Nighthawks tonight, tied up 5-5. And that's the 2nd foul for number 20, Kaylee Heese, here in the first half. So be interesting to see how these all line up as we go through the night in terms of who's fouling who. And at some point in this game, if there's too many fouls, we're going to take a trip to the free throw line, even when a technical foul is called rather than a shooting foul. So doesn't get either of those two, that starts the clock back up. Ironwood Ridge doing a great job, like I said earlier, at getting the rebounds off of those free throw shots. In the hands of number 14 right now, that's Madison Tola. She catches some heat from Romo here, number 4. Gets it over to 15. Alexandra Perez, who gets it back over to Keely George, number 12, and then back out to 14. They find the inside gal, number 44. She rebounds her own shot, passes it outside to number 14, Madison Tola, and it does go out of bounds, which is going to change the possession here to the Colts. All right, Steph Anderson inbounds to Romo. A little bit of a switch up. You don't see Lydia Griffith out there right now. Romo attempts to go for a three-point shot there early on here after the possession, and no good. So the ball was going out of bounds. One of the Colts players or one of the Nighthawks players tried throwing the ball back in, and it went back out of bounds off of the Nighthawks. That's giving the Colts the ball. 23 puts up a three-point shot, no good, and rebounded by number 44 of the Nighthawks as they now got possession, and they're going to take the ball back across the court here once more. All right, another out-of-bounds ball. Leaves 2 minutes, 39 seconds left on the clock. Ironwood Ridge Nighthawks, the Lady Hawks, are getting ready to inbound the ball. They do so to number 30, which is Leah Anderson. They find an inside gal, and then Romo strips it away, and Lydia Griffith picks the ball up off the ground. Hard bounce passes it to number 4, Romo, who goes up for an inside two-pointer shot, no good. Rebounded nicely by the Nighthawks. She's catching a little bit of direction from the head coach here, slowing the ball down, setting up a play. And some of these passes involve screening as well. A wild two-point shot attempt, no good, and Buena rebounds the ball. And an attempt there to launch the ball over underneath the basket was no good. Goes out of bounds off the Colts, and that's going to be an Ironwood Ridge ball with about 2 minutes and 2 seconds left here in the second period. So we're inside 2 minutes now. I got the 2-minute warning here of the half. Of course, we got some commercial breaks to play during the halftime, but then we also get to see some fun stuff and antics out on the court here and there. Looks like it's going to be out of bounds off the Nighthawks. And we got a timeout called. So while this timeout's going on right now, do us a favor. If you guys are watching on Facebook Live or on YouTube Live, do us that favor. Hit that like and share button. We really rely on the viewership of our viewers to check out these broadcasts. We've got an exciting January schedule put up here. I think we've got every night for the next 3 weeks, Tuesday through Friday, we've got some sort of sporting event going on that we'll be covering. And then we've got 2 in the 4th week of the month. And then we've got tons of senior night stuff coming up in February for both men and ladies, soccer and basketball as well. And that's going to pretty much close out our winter season of sports. Then, of course, we'll be back for tennis and softball and baseball and all sorts of other cool stuff come springtime. And that carries us into the end of our season. But we're back right now. We want to continue doing this. Hit that like and share button and jump in the comment section. Get interactive with our videos and show these girls your support. A beautiful strip away by Fajoko. She gets it over to Romo, who slows herself up, considers a three-pointer shot, gets it over to Bellinger, who passes it to Steph Anderson, gets it over to Cox, back to Steph. Steph finds Bellinger and then rebounds the bad pass. Romo goes up for 3. No good. And Steph Anderson rebounds. She's all over the court tonight. She's getting rebounds. She's making threes. She's stealing the ball away. And Bellinger is able to get inside for 2 points. That's going to strengthen the lead to 10, 19-9 right now. And we've got the Nighthawks finding a gap. They get it over off the foot of one of the Nighthawk players. Bellinger comes up with it, I believe. But we'll see here as the ref blows his whistle what their decision is. All right, looks like the Nighthawks get it. All right, and they inbound it to a 2-point attempt. No good. Almost rebounded by the Lady Colts. I think that's going to be out of bounds off their feet. And it is. We've got, it's like number 14, Madison Tola, going to be inbounding the ball for the Colts. or for the Hawks, excuse me. And they go for a 2-point, and they're throwing the ball around and trying to figure out who's going to take it. Number 30 tries driving it in, but finds some stress, and looks like that was a 2-pointer by number 20, I believe. Maybe number 30. Nope, number 20. That's Kaylee Heese with that 2-point attempt. And Romo goes up, passes it to Fahoko, and she puts away 2 of her own. She's going to keep that lead at 10 for the Colts as we go into about 30 seconds left here on the clock. 29 and a half seconds here, so I just adjusted it to 30. It's out of bounds off the Colts. It's going to be a Hawks ball. And Leticia Cox gets in there, tips it away, and puts away an easy layup for another 2 points for the Colts, strengthening that lead to 12 with just about 20 seconds left here on the clock. To see the pace for the Hawks has picked up as they want to get some points in for themselves. Airballing a 2-point attempt, but quickly rebounding and getting it over to number 15, who puts away 2 points for the Hawks. Excellent job. Now we've got Romo coming across, got about 3 seconds left. Gets it over to Steph Anderson, who goes up for 3, and it's no good. But an excellent try by young Steph Anderson, who showed herself worthy to be on the varsity court tonight here in the second period. Ladies and gentlemen, we've got about I believe a 10 or 12-minute break for halftime with high school varsity basketball. So we'll be right back after this short message.
Sports fans, welcome to Cochise County Sports Network. Tonight's live broadcast brought to you in part by Lolly Automotive Group for all your new and used car needs. Jeff and Gina Lane of Edward Jones Investments, making sense of investing. Apex Network Physical Therapy, come heal with us. Cochise Lock and Safe for all your lock and safe needs. Sulphur Springs Valley Electric Cooperative, owned by those we serve. Smith Chiropractic, experience the benefits of chiropractic care. And last but not least, eXp Realty, home of the flat rate contract. Tonight, the Lady Colts varsity basketball team taking on Ironwood Ridge Nighthawks, live and in full HD, only on Cochise County Sports Network.
Native Grill and Wings has had its own game day rules since 1979. First down, piling on. It's just a celebration. That's allowed here. Well then, touchdown. Go Native.
Hi everyone, I'm Sean Lawley from the Lawley Automotive Group. Summer's here and it's getting hot, and so are the deals at all our dealerships. Check out the great selection of Buicks, Chevrolets, GMCs, Hondas, Nissans, Hyundais, Fords, Kias, Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, and Rams we have in stock. With some of the biggest discounts and rebates of the year, now's the time to buy your new vehicle. With over 20 lending institutions, your finance term could never be better. Shop us online at lawleycars.com or come to any one of the Lawley dealerships and see why so many people in Southern Arizona choose Lawley Motors for their next vehicle purchase. Because nobody beats a Lawley deal. Nobody.
They are not superheroes, but they save people every day. Save money, that is. They are energy auditors from SSVEC, and they're helping people save money on energy and informing them about valuable incentives, 0% retrofit loans, and other programs, and saving finite resources and making our country more energy independent.
Maximize your savings.
Call SSVEC about our new energy audit.
Financial investments are very important, but so are the investments of time, patience, and encouragement our young athletes receive from their coaches, teachers, and mentors. Gina Lane, your Sierra Vista Edward Jones financial advisor, understands this. That's why Gina is a proud sponsor of the Buena Colts varsity football team right here on Cochise County Sports Network. For all of your investment needs, call Gina Lane at 520-459-1488 or stop by her office at 49 North Coronado Drive in Sierra Vista. Edward Jones, making sense of investing. Member SIPC.
This just in. Who really owns your electric company? The answer is you. SSVEC is a cooperative owned by its members with benefits of ownership like all profits are eventually returned to members who can also vote in board elections and call on energy experts for free energy audits to help you cut energy costs. So who really owns your electric company?
We do.
Sulphur Springs Valley Electric Cooperative, owned by those we serve.
Smith Chiropractic is a family practice that Dr. Kelly Smith, my father, started 30 years ago. He's in his 30th year of practice. I began practicing 16 years ago, and now my brother Brett Smith has been here for 2 years. We provide many services. We provide chiropractic manipulation, we provide acupuncture, we provide spinal decompression, cold laser therapy, massage, multiple soft tissue techniques. I'd say the overall goal is obviously pain relief, but also just quality of life. Give them the ability to live the fullest and maximize their potential on the way they live and their health and overall well-being.
Sports fans, welcome to Cochise County Sports Network. Tonight's live broadcast brought to you in part by Lolly Automotive Group for all your new and used car needs. Jeff and Gina Lane of Edward Jones Investments, making sense of investing. Apex Network Physical Therapy, come heal with us. Cochise Lock and Safe for all your lock and safe needs. Sulphur Springs Valley Electric Cooperative, owned by those we serve. Smith Chiropractic, experience the benefits of chiropractic care. And last but not least, eXp Realty, home of the flat rate contract. Tonight, the Lady Colts varsity basketball team taking on Ironwood Ridge Nighthawks, live and in full HD, only on Cochise County Sports Network.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you once again for tuning in to Cochise County Sports Network. I have a new sponsor here I wanted to talk a little bit about. That's the Mandalay Bar and Grill of Sierra Vista. You guys will see them just sponsoring the scoreboard graphics. So occasionally they'll have an animated graphic that kind of comes by and displays there for the audience. Plays about every minute or so. If you guys are looking for a fun environment, a good sit-down environment where you can grab yourself a drink, you can order some great food, check out the Mandalay. I don't think you'll be disappointed. They've always got a great atmosphere. They've always got seating, and their kitchen staff is pretty amazing. It's pretty professionally run. Of course, it's the same family that owns Cafe Olé, so you know they got restaurant experience here in Sierra Vista. And if you guys are on social media at all, you know one of their owners, Marco, who signed up here with us. He does a great job on social media. He's got his own YouTube channel, and I think he's starting a second channel as well, doing reviews and things like that on YouTube. He does a lot of exciting stuff, has a lot of fun with his family, going around, going on vacation, flying the drones around, doing all sorts of cool stuff. In fact, over the Christmas break, Marco made this really awesome video, which we shared on our Sierra Vista News Network page, of the mountains after they had just been sprinkled with a bunch of fairy dust, as I'm sure everybody saw there. Also, we put out on the Sierra Vista News Network, we put out a contest for a free Native gift card. So if you guys are looking for a great time, want to pick up some wings or maybe some good pizza, or just enjoy a great environment with great people, head over to Native Bar and Grill. They do some advertisement with us as well, as you guys saw during the halftime commercial break. Native Bar and Grill does some awesome stuff on Tuesday nights. They do a dine to donate for the Buena Colts athletic department. So any non-discounted food items, or regularly priced items that you purchase, minus alcoholic beverages, they take 10% of that and they donate it to the Buena Colts. Additionally, what they do is they take our broadcasts and they put those up on their TVs. And so some of these young ladies, and certainly during football and basketball season for the young Colts, the boys teams, they go in there and they grab themselves a bite to eat. They get to watch themselves on the big screen. They get to share their talent with the community. So definitely check them out too. But we had a contest for the best snow people, I think is what we called it. Essentially, we had tons of residents of Sierra Vista going around making snowmen and snow people and snow women and snow children and snow dogs and all sorts of crazy stuff. And we said, hey, leave a photo, and the winner, whoever gets the most likes on those posts, will get a $25 gift card to Native. So look forward to that here. We'll be making an announcement here in a few days. We accidentally double posted that entry, so we've got people leaving comments with their photos on 2 different posts. So we've got to go through there and look at each set of comments, figure out who had the most comments, and then probably make a video that just kind of showcases Sierra Vista's surprise winter storm of 2018-2019 snowmen people. So, the snow people that we make out there at Veterans Memorial Park or in our front yard or on top of a car or whatever, they don't get to last. They burn up by 10 a.m. same day usually. So we wanted to help preserve their legacy for years to come. So we'll make a quick little video of that as well. Be some cool stuff. Also wanted to give a shout out to one of our recent companies that we worked with. If you guys have heard of Lights Out Family Fun Center, there's a building that's located in. It's owned by the SSEC family. I think it's Southwest Systems Engineering Corporation. They do a lot of networking stuff and stuff that you probably would never think to do business with them with. It's a lot of military contracts and stuff like that. But they went ahead and set up a huge hospitality suite right there called Events 161. And we had an amazing Christmas party that me and some of my associates were invited to on the 21st of December. And it was more like a closed employee thing. We filmed it for them and edited together a really nice video of it. But it was an absolute blast. I mean, they went all out on the decorations and everything. And this is going to be a venue space that's available to anybody who wants to rent it. So if you are having a wedding reception, or I hear there's an adult prom coming up, that they might be considered for in the future. I think they want to do something in February around Valentine's Day. And I don't know if that's like a singles thing or if it's, hey, buy tickets and bring your spouse. But they had catering, they had decorations, and they completely remodeled the inside of the building top to bottom. With very luxurious designs and things like that. So Event 161, I definitely would check them out. They can handle all the party planning needs. They can handle the catering. They can handle the event space, and it's pretty affordable from what I've looked into. So getting ready to start the second period here. Now they didn't pay me to say that. I wanted to say that because I had such a great time during the event, and I know any of our viewers, if you guys had an event coming up that you needed the space for, I know that you guys would have an amazing time as well. Romo for a quick 2-point attempt, no good. It's going to leave both teams so far scoreless here early on in the first 15 seconds of the third period. And Buena almost comes, and they do come away with another steal. Excellent job by Lydia Griffith, and she takes it up for 2 points, strengthening that lead to 12 now for the Colts, 25-13. Ironwood Ridge Nighthawks needed to they have a heavy job against them at kind of eating into this deficit that they have, and the Colts defense has just been excellent at stripping the ball away, looking for passes. As you see Leticia Cox there reaching for it twice now. It's like monkey in the middle, and she'll eventually catch it. They throw it across court to number 12, who tries a 3-point attempt, no good, off the fingertips of number 44, and that's going to give the Buena Colts the ball with about 7 minutes here left in the third period. Lydia Griffith is back in the game, passing the ball into Romo, who takes it up court. Lydia Griffith working it around the key, passing it over to Romo. Not very tall of a gal, but she's able to stretch up there and get it. Leticia Cox getting the ball from Griffith as she caught some attention on the inside there, and we've got Fajoko fighting over the ball with, I want to say number 14, Madison Tola. That's going to be a Nighthawk ball here as they go ahead and inbound. It was inbounded to Keely George, number 12, who's been passing it back and forth between herself and Leah Anderson, number 30. And another steal from the Colts. I've been saying it all night here. They've got to do something with their offense there to defend against that. As Leticia Cox sinks a 3-pointer for the Colts, making the score. Actually, they're calling it a 2-pointer, only 27-13. Her foot muscle went over the line. I couldn't see it. And it looks like a traveling call. Excellent call there. She took one too many steps, and that's going to be Lydia Griffith now bringing the ball in for the Colts. I'm going to pause our clock here for a couple seconds. We're a little ahead. There we go. Romo takes it inside for 2. No good. Fajoko there to rebound the ball, getting it over to Jocelyn Booker, who goes up, and draws a foul. Now, so far, I don't think Jocelyn Booker has made a free throw tonight. So let's give her a cheer on in the comments. She's up here for another 2 single-point attempts. She's usually about 50-50 with this, from what I've seen, but I don't know the exact stats. And she sinks the first one, puts a point on the board for the Colts, making the score now 28-13. Let's see if she can get another one here. She doesn't, and it goes off the fingertips of the Hawks, and 44, Michaela Haltos comes away with it. Her and Leah Anderson passing the ball back and forth. Goes up for 3, no good. Rebounded by number 20 of the Nighthawks, almost stripped away by Lydia Griffith on the pass. They go up for a 2-point attempt, and Jocelyn Booker comes away with it, number 21, who fires up the court. She's going up for 2, and just a little hard off the backboard. It's going to roll off the rim, and the Hawks are going to get possession. Now coming back across the court here. Gets it over to number 30, Leah Anderson. Wonder if she's related to Steph Anderson. Lots of Andersons out here on the court tonight. Ooh, a little mishandle there. Puts number 30 deep in what I would usually call 4-point territory, but they go for a deep 3 here, and it's just short, and Lydia Griffith lets it go out of bounds. Excellent job on her part. And they quickly inbound the ball. Romo's coming up the court, letting the clock run down a little bit, back and forth between her and Fehoko. Out to Lydia Griffith, no good there. And a little fight between 12 of the Nighthawks and young number 4, Miss Romo. Number 12 of the Nighthawks came away with it. Passing the ball back and forth, playing some more of that monkey in the middle with Leticia Cox, and she shows why you don't want to do that as she quickly knocked it out of her hands. And a beautiful shot there by the Nighthawks. And they're calling it for 2 points, which now makes it 15-28. Lydia Griffith over the head to Booker. And they go up and they draw a foul on the rebound, extra point attempt. And that's going to send Fehoko to the free throw line. I believe Fehoko got 1 of 2 earlier, but I haven't been keeping track of the stats. The foul, of course, was the 3rd foul for number 20, Kaylee Heese, and that's the 2nd foul for the Hawks here in the second half. Of course, you get fouled out after 5 fouls. That's something interesting that we saw. I think there was a timeout call. That's something interesting we saw a couple weeks ago before the Christmas break. We had Jocelyn Booker and Fehoko get their numbers kind of mixed up at the scoring table. So we had Jocelyn Booker with 4 fouls, and we had Fehoko with 2. And Fehoko fouled, but they gave the foul, instead of giving it to Fehoko, who's number 12, they gave it to Jocelyn Booker, who's number 21. And she ended up getting fouled out of the game. And we had to stop the clock and stop the game and have a consultation of the refs and the scorekeepers at the table. They realized that they had given the foul to the wrong person, and they allowed Booker to return, which made the varsity coach of whoever they were playing rather upset. But it was the extra advantage that the Colts needed. I believe they won that night. But yeah, it definitely upset a lot of people in the crowd, on the visiting team side. But we don't see any of that going on tonight here. So far, the Colts have not made any fouls here in the second half. Let's see if they can keep that up. No good on the second attempt. The Hawks have regained control. Meet some pressure by Leticia Cox, who sends it over the head of both her and Booker. And an attempt to pass the ball to our side of the court, sails it out of bounds. And now we've got Romo and Griffith bringing the ball in for the Colts. Romo found an outside opportunity. She drives it in, goes around the feet of some of these Hawks defenders, and gets it over to Jocelyn Booker. Goes up, misses it, rebounds her own shot, and then gets tied up between 3 defenders. They're able to strip it away from her finally. The Nighthawks pass the ball across the court. Leticia Cox doing a great job there at defending against the pass. And looks like the Colts kick the ball out of bounds off the feet of Nohima Romo. So that's going to be an inbound opportunity here for Leah Anderson. And I let the clock run down a little bit, so I do apologize. We'll pause our clock here for a second. Real time is 3 minutes, 4 seconds, so we'll let that catch up, and then we'll continue going here. The Nighthawks find an inside gal. No good. Lydia Griffith recovers the ball. She's bringing it back across. Our scoreboard's running again. We've got ourselves a ball game. Leticia Cox gets the ball now. Nice pass over to Romo, letting it spin off her fingertips there. Over to Griffith. Griffith out to Romo. Romo passes it into Booker. And Booker might get a traveling call here. I'm not sure. She took a couple of steps. And they are giving it to the Nighthawks, so they're not going to let her go for that point. Great call, in my opinion, by the refs. They find their inside gal again. Same gal as last time. Not able to put it in. Now, they do get a shot up the second go-around, and it goes in. I don't know if they're going to count that or not. Because I think the ref made the call prior to her. Yeah, the call was against Michaela Haltas, number 44. And that's the third foul for the Nighthawks. It's the second foul for young Michaela. And during the inbound, we've got another whistle blow here. Ref makes his way over to the scorecard table, so we're trying to figure out what that's about. Still not sure what's going on. One ref passed the ball to the other ref, and now he's down here on this side of the court. It looks like it's a foul that's going to send Lydia Griffith over to the free throw line. Not quite sure why. I don't know all the rules when it comes to high school basketball as well as I probably should. I do know that Lydia Griffith is a lot better at three-point shots than she is at the line. She's pretty consistent at the line, though. She gets 1 out of 2 here. Excellent job. She wasn't going for a shot, so I'm not sure why she got the extra point. Actually, the extra 2 points of opportunity there. Nonetheless, it's also the Colts ball. They're going to be inbounding from the half-court line. Lydia Griffith, the same young lady who is just at the free throw line, will be inbounding the ball to, looks like, Nohima Romo, number 4. And another whistle blow. What is going on here? Got 2 refs down here in the bottom right-hand corner of my screen, as you guys can see. They're having a conversation about whatever just took place. So I have some confusion up here, but I definitely think that the head coach of Ironwood Ridge Nighthawks is raising some questions to some of the officials about what just happened. So now 2 out of 3 of the officials are over there talking to them, and I think their JV coach. This all resulted in the 4th foul for the Nighthawks here in the second half. Colts have none so far. I don't think that the foul is actually called against any individual player, because they're calling a foul on player 0 right now on the scoreboard. So I think what might have happened is maybe they had players out of rotation, or they had too many players on the court at once, or maybe an illegal substitution or something like that. I've seen similar situations like that in the past. But they did get a foul for it, so I'm not quite sure what's going to go on, if they're going to remove the foul, if they're going to not count that second point. Because now they're talking to the head coach of the Colts. So we'll just kind of hang tight and see what happens and kind of just explain the results. Almost more certain that I'm not going to know what actually happened here. We're getting ready to inbound the ball now. And just as I said, I have no clue what was going on, but we're back underway here. Romo catching a quick little pass out to 15, who passes it out to Lydia Griffith. They're just rotating around here, setting up screens, looking for opportunities. Nohima Romo sees an opportunity for an open three. No good. She lets Lydia Griffith rebound here. She sets herself up in prime position. Undefended. Miss Cox passes it to Fajoko, who goes up. Either passes it short, or excuse me, she had a shot at short, or she was passing it to Jocelyn Booker on the inside. Either way, the Nighthawks come away with it. As I was, the Colts come away with it as Romo gets ready to inbound the ball underneath their own basket. Has to pass it all the way to the top of the key to Lydia Griffith. She gets it back over to Romo, who is back up to the top of the court after inbounding pretty quick. Over to Leticia Cox. They find Fajoko on the inside. Pass it out to Griffith. Trying to find Fajoko again on the inside. The Buena Colts not doing a great job on the inside with their passing game. Not as good as the Nighthawks, I'd have to say. But they're definitely making more point attempts at that two-point line. And Lydia Griffith is in the face of that young Nighthawk, and number 15, Leticia Cox, goes up for a quick two-pointer, and she sinks it, making the score now 31-15. The Nighthawks wasting no time getting the ball back in, now in possession of Leah Anderson, all the way across and stolen away by Lydia Griffith again as they tried to pass the ball all the way across the court. Gets it over to Najia Locklear, who goes up and kind of airballs it, no good. Nighthawks rebound, and they throw the ball all the way back across the court. Number 12 goes up, and it's no good. I think she's going to go ahead and get a two free throw attempts here. We'll figure out who the foul is against in just a moment. All right, so that is the second foul against Nohima Romo, which doesn't make sense because the Colts only have one foul here in. So maybe it's Nohima Romo's second foul of the game, but it's the Colts' first foul here of the half. That sounds a little bit better. Fajoko coming out, being substituted for, looks like Steph Anderson, number 2 is coming in. And neither of those points were good. And Steph Anderson back in the game. She wants to show that she belongs out there. May become one of the starting players, but quickly stripped away from Fajoko as we make our way back down to number 14. Ducks one defender and puts up 2. That was Madison Tola. Now Bellinger, number 5 of the Colts, has got possession of the ball. I think she's made a 3-pointer. I know she's made several inbound 2-pointers. She passes it over to number 15, Leticia Cox, and she goes up for 3. She airballs it, goes out of bounds. That's okay. My 3-point shooting average is probably like 3%, so I know these girls would outshoot me any day of the week. I'm not trying to chastise anybody. Colts come away with a steal, and it's young Miss Bellinger herself, and she gets it inside, and she puts up the 2-pointers right before the buzzer sounds, and we'll be going into the fourth quarter here coming up after this break.
Sports fans, welcome to Cochise County Sports Network. Tonight's live broadcast brought to you in part by Lolly Automotive Group for all your new and used car needs. Jeff and Gina Lane of Edward Jones Investments, making sense of investing. Apex Network Physical Therapy, come heal with us. Cochise Lock and Safe for all your lock and safe needs. Sulphur Springs Valley Electric Cooperative, owned by those we serve. Smith Chiropractic, experience the benefits of chiropractic care. And last but not least, eXp Realty, home of the flat rate contract. Tonight, the Lady Colts varsity basketball team taking on Ironwood Ridge Nighthawks, live and in full HD, only on Cochise County Sports Network.
All right, welcome back to Cochise County Sports Network. Got a couple seconds here before we start the fourth period. Got 8 minutes on our scoreboard. Got everything up and running. Do us a favor, hit that like and share button for us. Jump in the comment section and tell these young ladies how proud you are of their hard work and dedication here so far this season. And let me see here. I want to pull up some stats while we're at it. Now, the Ironwood Ridge Nighthawks has got an excellent volleyball team and an excellent basketball team as well. And let me see here. It's not letting me preview the matchup because the game's actually already in progress. But so far, the Colts are doing an excellent job at maintaining a pretty strong victory here, 33-17. And looks like another fight there for the ball. It's going to stop our clock with 7 minutes and 50 seconds left of the fourth period. So the girls' varsity basketball team right now overall is 11-2, which is an excellent, it's an excellent season so far. And the Nighthawks have a 10-4 score here. So both pretty well matched teams in terms of their overall rating this season. Doing a great job there on the inside of just maintaining control of the ball. They go up for a shot and they miss. They rebound it quickly. They pass it off and they get control. They're also doing, I know, a lot of just letting the clock kind of run down here in the fourth period. They're up by, let's see here, three. They're up by 16 points right now. That's probably wrong. I don't know. But Nighthawks with a hard bounce off the backboard. Easily rebounded away by young Fahoko. Let's see what she does here. She needs to slow down, put it up. Excellent job. And I think that's actually number 22. So that's not Fahoko. I believe that's... I know her name. It's Patricia Garcia. Miss Garcia is on the film and TV crew, so occasionally during some of the boys' games or when she doesn't have a game going on, she comes and helps out with our multicam productions that we do with that group. So... very talented young lady doing a lot of different things. Little scrap for the ball, but the Ironwood Ridge Nighthawks come away with it, and looks like they're going to call a foul against Anasia Locklear, I believe, for swatting the hand as she went in to try to get the ball away and strip it away. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it was a travel violation because they did let Buena inbound the ball, so I don't think it was right at all. They found Alicia Cox on the inside. She puts up a 2-point attempt. It was short. Instantly rebounded by the Nighthawks. They bring the ball back up the court here. Colts just on top of them. They don't have as many fouls. They're not in the risk of fouling out, so they're going to get a little bit more aggressive here. They're going to set up a lot more defense. Leah Anderson, number 30, goes up for two, and she just softly kisses it in. 35-19, the Colts. Young Steph Anderson coming back across the court. She passes it up to the other Anderson, number 25. And then back out to Steph, who tries for a 3-point attempt. No good, but rebounded by the Nighthawks. And a Nighthawk goes up. No good. Looks like they're calling a foul. This is Buena's third foul of the game. It's against number 5. Bianca Bellinger. It's her second foul here of the game tonight. So she's not in any risk of being fouled out or anything like that, but it's one of those things I was saying, the Colts are definitely playing more aggressively. It wasn't during a shot attempt, so the Nighthawks are just going to be inbounding the ball. Head coach not too happy about what he just saw. Nighthawks finding a way in. 2-point, no good. Fahoko rebounds, passes it over to Lydia Griffith. And I forgot to start my clock again. And that's okay, because they stop it at 5 minutes, 21 seconds. And it's going to be a Nighthawks ball. Keely George inbounds it, gives it over to Leah Anderson, who passes it back over to Miss George. She puts away a three-pointer, closing that gap. Now it's just 13-point deficit as young Romo comes running back up the court. She passes over the heads to Booker, who gets it over to Bianca Bellinger, who passes it back to Romo, passes it back over to Lydia Griffith, who gets it back to Romo, goes up for three, and it's just a little too long, and that's going to be a Nighthawk ball as they re-inbound. They find an inside gal here, and they're going to get the foul as they try to go up for the two-pointer. Actually, what's going on here? Looks like a timeout was called. So if you guys are tuning in right now on Cochise County Sports Network, if you're watching on Facebook, hit the like and share button, jump in that comment box, and cheer these young ladies on. Additionally, if you're on YouTube, you guys can subscribe to our channel and hit that bell notification. I mean, ring the heck out of it, because what that's going to do is it's going to send you guys email alerts to your phone or through your YouTube app whenever we go live. So you guys will never miss a second of sports, assuming that you don't want to at that point. We've got about 4 minutes, 37 seconds here left. We've got a minute timeout with about 35 seconds left. So we'll go ahead and mute the audio here real quick. I'll be right back. All right, Romo re-inbounding the ball there with Lydia Griffith. Very similar pattern to what we've been seeing all night. Romo passes it to Lydia. She gets it over to Leticia Cox, who's been shooting at the three-point line very well tonight. Romo now has the ball, gets it over to Griffith. Booker's kind of hanging out right there in the middle, waiting for a pass. And she dumps it right over to Fajoko every time, but Romo runs it in that time. No good there on the attempt. All right, the Nighthawks are inbounding the ball. Leah Anderson has the ball right now. She passes it over, but Leticia Cox is right up in the face of young Healy there. And they've effectively pushed them almost back to the free throw or the half-court line. And Fajoko, with those long arms, steals another pass away, and that's going to Romo, who's going to take it back across the half-court line. She's met right there by, I believe that's number 12, Keely George. Catches a screen by Booker, which my wife's running the camera. She was coughing, so she didn't catch the pass or anything. But the Colts no good on the two-point attempt. Wife's been a little under the weather lately. She's actually out here coughing right now. So three-point attempt by the Nighthawks, no good. And Lydia Griffith catches some double-man defense there, and she's going to send the ball out of bounds on her own fruition there a little bit. It's going to make it a Nighthawks ball on their territory. All right, it's inbounded. Keely George passes it into Michaela. Michaela gets it over to Leah Anderson, kind of off the feet of, looks like Steph Anderson. So I think that's going to be a Nighthawks ball, and it is. And she's quickly defended by young Jocelyn Booker. Oh, and Jocelyn Booker stops that pass with a smack of her hand. And the Nighthawks are going to have to inbound once more. Oh, and Lydia Griffith right there as the young Nighthawk turned into her. And she takes a spill for that two-point attempt. Beautiful steal. I got to say, I mean, she was just right there. So as soon as the Nighthawk turned, the ball went right into Lydia's hand. That was awesome. check out some of these comments we've got here so far. We've got Lupita McClanahan. Don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. She's been the only commenter so far, but she is rooting for Noema Romo, it's her niece, and she's watching from Panama City Beach. So thanks for tuning in. First of two and second of two were successful. That's going to make the lead 37-22 with inside 3 minutes here left in the fourth period. Lots of back and forth passing here as they're attempting to find their way inside. They do find Michaela, who passes it off to the number I cannot read. Back to Michaela, and I think it's Michaela. Yes, Michaela Haltas, and she goes up for two. Excellent job on her behalf. They're now just down by 13 points, so they've eaten into this lead here a little bit. But is it enough? The Colts keep going up for two-point attempts and not being very successful with a lot of them since the change of the half. Keeley goes up, no good. Rebounded, and there may be a foul called there. And there is. Looks like Michaela is taking a trip to the free throw line. It's a technical foul against Fajoko Romo, or excuse me, Jade Fajoko, number 12. That's her first foul of the game tonight, and the Colts' fourth here in the second half. It's going to be two free throw attempts, and she sinks the first one. Textbook free throw shot. Let's see if she can do the same thing here. And she sinks the second one, and it was just as pretty as the first one, so I bet she's probably a rock star at the free throw line. 2 minutes, 9 seconds left here, just about the 2-minute warning of the game. Steph Anderson has the ball here. She's going to pass it back over to Lydia Griffith and then run to the outside corner, heavily guarded. Lydia Griffith tries to run inside. She gets it outside at 15. Leticia Cox goes up for three. No good. Ironwood Ridge recovers, and they're going back across the court here. Inside of 2 minutes, you got about 1 minute and 45 seconds left here on the clock. Leah Anderson finds her inside gal. They go up for two, and she rebounds her own shot. No good, and the Colts come away with it. Jocelyn Booker taking it back up court, and I think that might be a traveling call. Yes, it is. She tried to stop and then go again, and she got called for the traveling. So looks like we have Leah Anderson is inbounding the ball. She gets it into Keely George, who takes it all the way, and Fajoko cleanly swatted that ball away, and now Steph Anderson has the ball. Rather than travel, she gets it over to Lydia Griffith. Lydia doing a great job getting to the inside. She goes up and under, and she catches a foul, but doesn't make the shot. And we've seen Lydia do that a lot more here in the second half, just charging the net and going up for the attempt. And it looks like Michaela Haltas, number 44, is going to catch her third foul here in the game. That's going to be the sixth for the half here for the Nighthawks with about 1 minute 14 seconds left. Now Griffith is going to get two attempts here. She sinks the first one, making the score now 38-26. They're leading by 12 points, and they've consistently had about a 10-point or better lead all night tonight. So let's see if she can stretch it to 13 once more. And she doesn't, but the Colts recover, and looks like there's going to be a traveling call called against the Colts. Not quite sure what happened there, and it does look like we have an injured player, so we're going to go ahead and turn the camera away while she gets checked out. I'm not in the reality TV business, so we're not going to make a big thing about an injury unless it's serious. As we want to update family and friends and parents and alumni and things like that to the injury, of course. But we're not gonna film anybody on the ground in pain. And what's really funny right now is we're literally broadcasting our match right now against the Nighthawks. And we have a game from December 14th where the Lady Colts hosted the Williams Field Blackhawks. And that was on December 14th. And we're getting comments on a game that happened, a week before, 10 or 11 days before Christmas. but we're not getting too many comments on this broadcast, so I don't know. Maybe Facebook's putting out our own broadcast or something. It's probably nothing, but we have Anisia Romo. Shout out to Romo from Mariella. And while I was talking about those shout-outs and people who are commenting, the young Nighthawk, as you guys can see, is walking it off on one leg. So she may have injured her knee. We have some sports medicine folks running out here right now with some ice and things like that, but she seems like she's gonna. She seems pretty hurt. We'll try to get an update from the coaches at the end of this thing and maybe make a comment on the video, letting you guys know, keeping you guys apprised of her condition. But Miss Wood is checking her out right now. Got 1 minute and 10 seconds left on the board. Colts are up by 12. Let's see what they do here. And a beautiful tall pass. They're able to get to it in time. They put it up. And Fahoko recovers the ball, gets it over to Romo. Romo splashes around some of these defenders. She gets caught up and passes it over to Lydia Griffith. And she gets it over to Romo. Romo's just letting the clock run down. It's inside 40 seconds left. She's just going to put some of that ball handling practice to use. Leticia Cox trying to, fend off her attacker there. Unfortunately, that stops the clock at 30 seconds. And we've got Bianca Bellinger getting ready to inbound the ball. Oh, nope, she's trading places out with Lydia Griffith. Griffith finds Romo. Romo runs away. She's got 2 defenders on her right now. And Bianca gets knocked down as a young lady goes up for the 2 points. Now, I don't know if you folks were watching, but I think she took like 3 or 4 steps before taking the shot. It wasn't called, though. We've got about 15 seconds left. No big deal. Bianca Bellinger gets the ball. She's going to go up for 2 and kisses off the front of the rim. And we've got Jocelyn Booker with the rebound in the extra 2. So that's going to make the score now 40-28. And at the sound of the bell, you have, I think that's, I want to say that's Keely George of the Nighthawks. Went up for a 2-point attempt. No good. But that concludes our broadcast tonight, ladies and gentlemen. I know I didn't let the clock run down. That was my fault. Didn't hit the start button, but that is 0 seconds left on the clock, as you guys can now see. The Colts win 40-28. And like I said, going into this match tonight, the Colts are sitting pretty happily at 11-2, and that makes them now 12-2. As the 10-4 team, the Ironwood Ridge Nighthawks, is going to be moving to 10-5. So that's going to do some great things. I know that the Ironwood Ridge Nighthawks are and the Cienega Bobcats and some of those Vail schools and Tucson schools are pretty tough competitors. But so far, the Colts have just been on fire so far here in their basketball season. We'll probably see some postseason content toward the mid of February if things keep going this well for them. But we appreciate everybody who tuned into tonight's game. We'll see you guys tomorrow. We've got a wrestling match. It's an away game. The schedule is posted on our Facebook page. And then we have a away girls soccer match, I think, at Empire High School on Thursday. And then we have a home boys varsity basketball team this Friday at 7 p.m. So we've got sports coming at you every night the rest of the week. Make sure to tune into those. Subscribe to our page if you guys haven't already on YouTube. Hit the bell notification to get subscription notices whenever we go live. If you're on if you're on Facebook and that's your platform that you like, then go ahead and subscribe to our page by liking and following it, and that will give you guys push notifications right to your smartphones, or if you've got push notifications on your Windows desktop or Macintosh, it should push you guys a notification whenever we go live there as well. And like I said, we've got sports coming up pretty heavily here in January. Check out the schedule, set reminders to tune in. And if you can't do that, then at least like and follow the page. That way you guys get reminders sent automatically. This is Levi coming at you live from Buena High School, and we'll see you next time.
Sports fans, welcome to Cochise County Sports Network. Tonight's live broadcast brought to you in part by Lolly Automotive Group for all your new and used car needs. Jeff and Gina Lane of Edward Jones Investments, making sense of investing. Apex Network Physical Therapy, come heal with us. Cochise Lock and Safe for all your lock and safe needs. Sulphur Springs Valley Electric Cooperative, owned by those we serve. Smith Chiropractic, experience the benefits of chiropractic care. And last but not least, eXp Realty, home of the flat rate contract. Tonight, the Lady Colts varsity basketball team taking on Ironwood Ridge Nighthawks, live and in full HD, only on Cochise County Sports Network.